In the headlines, gunmen kidnap commissioner in Nasarawa State. 16-year-old boy hangs self in Kano. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike meets presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, and others. And on the foreign and last French troops leave Mali, ending 9-year deployment. Hello and welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Nten Ekbang. Another news in full. Gunmen have kidnapped the Commissioner for Information in Nasarawa State, Yakubu Mohammed Lawal. Lawal was said to have been abducted from his residence in Nasarawa, Egon local government area of the state on Monday night after sporadic shootings. Police Public Relations Officer in the state, DSP Roman Nansel, confirmed the kidnap on Tuesday. Upon receipt of the information, Nansel said the Nasarawa State Police Command dispatched operatives to the area to rescue the commissioner. According to the PPRO, a search and rescue operation is ongoing by the combined team led by the area commander, Akwanga Area Command Haliru Aliyu, to rescue the victim and arrest the perpetrators of the crime. Now, bandits have adopted a catechist attached to St. Agnes Catholic Church, Gazol local government area of Taraba State. The bandits who invaded the church premises took him away after shooting sporadically into the air to scare people. The Catholic Church authorities in the state said the abductors are yet to reach out to them. Recall that last week a priest was abducted and released when his family paid ransom to his abductors. The State Commissioner of Police said that his men are on the trail of Gazol local government attackers. He made this known shortly after swearing in of the newly promoted 15th Assistant Superintendent of Police. He explained that normalcy has returned to Gazol as police and other security agencies will not relent in their effort to rid the state of crime.
The parish priest of St. Paul's Catholic Church Teller, he was not found, then his catechist was kidnapped. His family was involved in the negotiations and eventually he was released. And as we're about to put this in order, another attempt was made on the parish priest of St. Agnes Ninya. They didn't get him and they now went for his catechist. As I'm talking to you now, the catechist is in the hands of kidnappers. So many things happening within our diocese, within our state. The attack is becoming unbearable for us. The consequences of all these things are glaring on us, and therefore we find it very, very difficult to put this in order.
That was at Gunduma in Gazo local government, where the bandits attacked the village. Normalcy has been restored for now. We have an outstation there. The OC of the outstation has briefed me that for now normalcy has been restored. However, we are not resting on our oars. We are still keeping our eagle eyes on other community and maintaining the rewarding synergy with other security agencies.
Now, 5 suspected kidnappers have been killed in a shootout with police in Edo State. An abducted victim, Innocent Achebe, 38, was rescued by the security personnel. Now, 2 locally made pistols, cartridges, and charms were recovered from the scene, the police said. The command's deputy spokesperson Jennifer Ewegbu said in a statement on Monday that policemen moved in on the suspect after being tipped off. Scores of terrorists were feared killed and several others wounded after a tactical team of police officers repelled their attack on Dadawa and Barkia villages in Kerfi local government area of Katsina State. During the fierce encounter with the terrorists, the police team successfully recovered 74 sheep, 34 goats, and 2 cows. The police command in the state had received a distress call that about 80 terrorists on motorbikes armed with sophisticated weapons had simultaneously attacked the 2 villages. Police spokesperson Gambo Isa in a statement said on receipt of the information, the command deployed its tactical teams to the area and engaged the hoodlums in a fierce gun duel. He said a team of policemen are still combing the area with a view to arresting the wounded terrorist and recover dead bodies. The police on Monday arrested a man in Lagos who had been accused of being a terrorist. A mob had descended on Sani Gaffa, who is 29 years, and were ready to lynch him when police officials intervened. According to a statement signed by police spokesperson Benjamin Hundain, the alleged suspect was said to have disguised as a woman, carrying a bag containing items that could be dangerous, but the man claimed he is an electrician. Investigation is ongoing to ascertain that claim. Now, while commending residents of Lagos for their vigilance, the police spokesman once again warned against any form of jungle justice, calling on people to report all suspicious persons or movements to security agencies. A 16-year-old boy, Ibrahim Lawan, has reportedly killed himself in Kuki village, Bebeji local government area of Kano State. Now, reasons the boy committed or took his life have yet to be ascertained. According to a statement by the Kano Emirate Public Relations Officer Nasiru Habu Faragai, the district head of Bebeji submitted a report of the tragic incident to the Emir of Rano, Ambassador Kabiru Muhammad Inoa, during the Emirate Council's meeting on Monday. He explained that the Emir directed that the report be taken to the police in the Emirate Council for discreet investigation into the cause of the death. Now, the State Police Command has since confirmed the incident. And away from security, ahead of the 2023 general elections, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has again met with the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. Also at the meeting, which was held on Monday night at Wike's private residence in Port Harcourt, is the former governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko. It was gathered that the Rivers leader also met with ex-Cross River Governor Donald Duke, Benue State Governor Samuel Atom, Abia State Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, and Gombe State ex-Governor Ibrahim Dankwambo, among others. Now, stakeholders have expressed optimism that the PDP will reclaim the presidency come 2023. They made a statement during the homecoming mega rally of the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar at the Mahmoud Ribadu Square in Yola. Salis Lawan from Yola has that report.
It is the homecoming of former Nigeria's vice president and now the presidential flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintri led party chieftains in Adamawa, government officials to welcome the Waziri Adamawa, his running mate Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, and other members of his entourage. Yola, the state capital, is looking colorful, painted with the PDP flags and campaign banners. They express his confidence in the person of Atiku Abubakar as one who can change the fortunes of Nigeria for good. Noting that the former vice president is the unifier this country will not afford to miss.
PDP in Adamawa today is a full squad and will ensure we deliver every elected position from the president to the House of Assembly.
The People's Democratic Party candidate Atiku Abubakar is delighted, saying if elected in 2023, he will ensure the country will regain its status in the Committee of Nations. Let me use this opportunity to reassure my resolve to you, my fellow Nigerians, and thank you more specifically, my party, for giving me this opportunity again to be the presidential candidate of our great party, the PDP. I thank you all. This is the 5th time the former vice president is aspiring to lead the country, having lost in 2007 and 2019 presidential elections. In 2011 and 2015, he failed to secure party ticket to contest the election. From Yola, Silas Lowen, Trust TV News.
Now, ahead of commencement of campaigns in September for the 2023 elections, spokesperson for the All Progressives Congress APC presidential campaign, Festus Keyamo, says the government has performed well to deserve re-election. However, Daniel Bwala of the PDP presidential campaign team disagrees with him, saying the Buhari-led administration has failed to address basic issues of governance. The duo were guests on Trust TV political program Daily Politics.
What did we inherit? We inherited the Boko Haram problem. At that time we inherited it, they had taken over more than 14 local governments in the Northeast and hoisted their flags. We inherited the farmers' herders crisis that had been on even before Obasanjo's time. Boko Haram has not been totally wiped out, but it has reduced significantly because we constructively engaged our neighbors, Chad, Benin Republic, and Niger Republic and Cameroon. He knew exactly how to encircle these people. And so we pushed them back. We reduced them to almost nothing.
A few days ago, Avash from World Bank said that Nigerian economy is heading towards the precipice unless we revamp our tax system, we take up fuel subsidy, and do certain regulatory changes. That is World Bank. You can now see today, there was a report that the inflation had risen to a 17-year-old all-time high, going into what percentage? I think about 19.64 as at July. The previous time, it was 18.60. So what it shows is that our economy is declining. If you look at the CPI, the indices are not good. Some of the people in PDP have given the excuse that the reason why there is high inflation and the cost of living is high in Nigeria, it is because it is either connected to COVID or it is connected to the Russian-Ukraine war. I did a research and I discovered that that isn't the truth. We are not importing food products from Ukraine or from Russia. And that what is happening even run contrary to the assertion by PDP that because they make the case that we are able to reach food sufficiency, what they call self-sufficiency. So if we have reached self-sufficiency, then what it means is that the food production that we have been able to, generate should have been able to deal with the situation of inflation.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities is scheduled to meet with the federal government representatives this Tuesday over its prolonged strike action. President of ASU, Professor Emmanuel Ashodeke, said the meeting is to discuss one of the 7 issues ASU is protesting over. He also said if the meeting goes well, the strike action may be called off. You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. How banditry affects poultry farming. Please stay with us.
That's good.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust Television. A recap of our major stories. Gunmen kidnap commissioner in Nasarawa. 16-year-old boy kills self in Kano. And to other stories now, farmers in Kano State say the high cost of fertilizer may likely worsen the problem of food availability in Nigeria this year. Trust TV's Idris Jibrin, who visited some farming communities in Kano, reports that farmers say they can no longer apply fertilizer as the price is beyond their reach. The report.
Farming season is here again. Garba Kura and many other farmers are utilizing this moment. But this year the price of fertilizer is high and more bad news awaits.
Our major problem is fertilizer. That is our major problem. Because few years back, we do buy this fertilizer at 4,000 naira. But just yesterday, it has reached 24,000 naira per bag of urea, which is the lowest brand in terms of price.
According to these farmers, the high cost of fertilizer this year will seriously affect productivity this farming season.
If you look at fertilizer alone, the challenges in buying it is a serious issue. Before now, a bag of fertilizer is sold at 20,000 naira, then to 21,000 naira, and we have to buy it at 24,000 naira before you buy one bag of urea. Therefore, who do you think this problem will affect if not the ordinary citizen?
Across many farming communities in Kano, farmers say they cannot afford to apply fertilizer as they used to, and that their crops may not have proper yield.
The problem is from the government, because government is the only one that can control price. But it appears the government is lying to us when they say they want to improve agriculture. For God's sake, a bag of fertilizer that is sold at 4,000 naira is now 24,000 naira. Where can we put ourselves?
According to many farmers, unless the price of fertilizer is subsidized in such a way that they can be able to buy it, the future of farming activities in many parts of Nigeria will soon become a history. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Now, many farming communities and traders in Katsina State have been forced out of business. Some of these residents belong to the set of people who were forced to abandon their businesses after they had used their capital to pay ransom to secure the release of their loved ones. Abdullahi Yamadi met some poultry farmers in Katsina State and tells us how they cope with insecurity.
Besides providing meat and eggs to the people, poultry farming is a major employer of labor not only in Katsina State but in Nigeria as a whole. But industry is one of the most endangered businesses grossly affected by activities of terrorists. These farms are among hundreds that remained closed for the past 3 years in Katsina State.
Those with the alternative, definitely they have switched to that business that they have as a second, alternative to poultry production. So that's the only way that we can survive. My own farm now is closed. So I put my staff on half salary. So I'm the one that pay them even though they are not working, in order for them to survive.
Over 40% of poultry farmers here have either been forced to abandon their farms for fear of attacks or have sold out their products for the payment of ransom. Similarly, thousands of workers in various poultry farms have lost their jobs, with many looking impoverished, tired and exhausted.
My business has been devastated. I can recall how in one night I lost 81 cows, 161 sheep and goats, as well as over 500 chickens and some camels to terrorists. Now I don't have anything except God. The burden on me is too much. There's little or nothing to take care of the education of my children and other basic needs.
They are saying they now live from hand to mouth just to put body and soul together, and they can no longer take care of the basic needs of their families. I can tell you, without any fear of contradiction, we are suffering. I was relieved from my work twice, but as God have it, I was employed here, receiving half of what I used to earn. I have no choice but to manage it. To remain in business, these farmers have had to relocate from insecurity-prone areas to places perceived as safer. However, is this option working? Look, since I transferred my poultry farm to this place, things have not been the same. Almost everything has changed. I am weighing some other options and see if it can work. But as it is, things are no longer at ease. The few that remain in the business are facing difficult times, coping with high cost of materials, feed, inflation, and market instability. The implication is that investments of poultry farmers are not protected, which is why they are calling on relevant authorities to secure the country and provide them with palliatives to enable them go back to business. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Officers and men of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, the NSCDC, in Imo State have declared war against perpetrators of oil theft. Commandant Matthew O.V., alongside other officers and men of the command, paraded suspects of oil theft apprehended in their recent operations. The arrested criminals were conveying illegal petroleum products from rivers en route Enugu before their arrest in Owerri, the Imo State capital.
And even use the sawdust at the end of the lorry. So if you are not careful and you don't know, you will think it's sawdust. But because our men who are trained for this, they knew it and intercepted, and we discover is a very huge quantity of HGO in the truck, caravan car. We have sustained monitoring, and they too, they will not give up and will not rest until they are eliminated completely from the system. They should stop this business. They should stop because it is affecting the economy of the country. They should leave it. They should seek for other business doing, not to go into this criminal act of sabotaging government effort.
I'm a motor boy. My driver is here, so we carry it. The owner of the truck asked us to go and carry the product for somebody at Port Harcourt that is coming to Enugu. That's how they loaded it for us. And we reached Owerri by control post. We were arrested.
On the foreign scene, France has said its final troops have left Mali, completing a withdrawal that ends a 9-year operation in the country at the center of the Sahel region's spiraling security crisis. In a statement, the French army said on Monday it had met the major military logistics challenge of the pullout in an orderly and safe fashion. The withdrawal comes amid tanking relations between Paris and Bamako, which has increasingly turned to Russia to respond to armed groups linked to ISIL and Al-Qaeda, who have expanded their reach while jockeying for control in the country's sprawling central region. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the President-elect of Kenya, William Ruto, on his victory in the just concluded election. In a statement signed by spokesperson Femi Adesina, the president commended the people of Kenya for the peaceful and transparent outcome of the elections, which once again demonstrates that the democratic principles, process and values remain the best way for the people to select their leaders and hold them accountable. And for some sports now, Great Britain's Eilish McLaughlin took women's 10,000 meter silver at the European Championships as Turkey's Yasmin Khan claimed a superb win in Munich. McLaughlin, 31, won her first major title as she triumphed in the event at the Commonwealth Games 12 days ago. Now, having also finished second in the 5,000 meters at Birmingham 2022, the squad earned another silver as she ran clear of Israel's Lona Chemtai Salpeter. And with that story, we conclude news update this hour. For more, do contact us across all our social media handles. I am Nten Ekman. Thanks for watching.